What's up, everyone? Welcome to a brand new Sweet Film Podcast. My name is Zach.
And my name is Cody.
And today we are discussing, we're discussing some cool things, Cody. We are talking about James Gunn, which is kind of a sad subject too, but we're talking and kind of going over this whole debacle that's kind of happened to him. We're going to start from the beginning and kind of go towards where it's at right now, where we think it's going to end up at, and just kind of give our overall thoughts to it.
All right. Yeah, that sounds... I mean, guys, this has been a controversial issue since it arose, and Zach and I are just going to give our perspectives on it because this is definitely a subject that should be talked about by pretty much everybody because sharing opinions and conversation and staying in the know, it's very important. But as always, guys, if you don't have time to listen to the Sweet Film Podcast or watch it, you can always find it over on SoundCloud and iTunes, so be sure to head over there, subscribe, and check out our amazing voices over on there. But Zach, why don't we get started? How do you feel about this whole situation?
Okay, so I remember I was awake the night that the tweets started going viral, and the whole thing that night I was like, I'm gonna wake up and he's gonna be fired. I just knew the second I fell asleep, I knew he was gonna get fired. And to be honest, yes, I do not condone those tweets. Those tweets are disgusting.
But they were 10 years ago.
They are 10 years ago. And that's why I think the whole point of Guardians of the Galaxy is assholes becoming good people. And I mean, James Gunn always says that he looks at himself as Rocket Raccoon, which if you really think about it, that is Rocket Raccoon. And I don't care about the tweets. For me, I think those are more of jokes that you say in private. And it's more of just you being an idiot and posting them, which you shouldn't have. The thing that pisses me off the most about this whole thing is he has already addressed these tweets when the first Guardians were coming out. That's the thing that pisses me off. And it wasn't that big of an issue, but now it is. It seems like you can do whatever. It seems like something in your past can come up and you'll be fired in Hollywood now. And that's why I'm still thinking. Because if you really think about it, there are people employed at Disney that have done fucked up things. And I'm all saying this isn't saying that they haven't changed. Like, these people have all changed people. You know what I mean? Like, this is years ago.
Yeah.
Downey for drugs. I mean, that's like the biggest thing. You can really look into that one. That one's probably the biggest thing. But I also look at, like, people give Johnny Depp shit. But Jude Law has been into that stuff too. And now he's in Fantastic Beasts, but no one ever brings that up. And for me, it's just, I find it very unfair that James Gunn kind of got the shit end of it. And that's why I kind of believe that there's other things going behind the scenes with Disney. I think there's something that tells me Disney did not want James Gunn back on. And that this was their perfect escapee to kick him out. And I wonder if there's problems behind the set. There was rumors that they wanted him out because of... he wanted to go back in the direction of the first film, and Disney wanted him to continue in the direction of the second film. So I don't know, but give me your thoughts.
I'm with you there. It's just, when it comes to situations like this, these things are never easy to talk about, but it sucks because people are acting like Disney is acting like this is a similar situation to O.J. Simpson, which, if we know anything about O.J. Simpson, he's a completely messed up individual that did horrible things, and he should never be forgiven for that. James Gunn has never done anything. Sure, these jokes and tweets that he messaged out, they were jokes. They were horrendous jokes that you should never say in the public eye, especially not on social media, because we see the firestorm that's risen because of it. But I think another problem is, I think you're right, Disney definitely seemed like they want James Gunn out. And it's also the fact that the people who are bringing up these tweets after it's been 10 years, after a decade, and after James Gunn has apologized on multiple occasions because of this, it seems like, I don't know, just super, super right or left wing SJW stuff that,
It's a tough subject. It's a tough subject. And that's kind of like why I think this is probably going to be one of our most serious podcasts so far, just because, when we created this podcast, it was to what is it, to educate and to give our opinions and help other people. So people who are still trying to look into this information and trying to figure out, we're not saying Disney did this on purpose. You know, Disney had the right frame of mind to do it. Not gonna lie, like I get it why there's both things to both ends of the spectrum.
There's a lot of pressure on Disney right now.
And that's the thing. Disney's going through a big thing buying Fox. They cannot, for their business perspective, they cannot have anything risk that. And they cannot have that where if Fox or anyone in there is like, well, we should just pull out. Like, why do we want someone who's employing this man who does this? But then there's also the argument of he's a changed man. So if we're not going to let people change them, what's the point of them changing? So we're going to try and get into both areas of the sides. We are definitely going to forget about stuff. So if you guys find out anything else, any other information that you think should add to this debate, we would love to hear you. Me and Cody aren't going to debate, but I am curious, Cody, before we get further on.
Yeah.
Do you think Disney should rehire him?
You know, that's a really, really tricky situation. Me personally, I understand why Disney wouldn't, like, I can understand the firestorm and where they stand and everything, but I really think they should hire James Gunn because, you know.
So you're in the camp that they should rehire him.
You know, regardless of what people like Grace Randolph says, we're
not talking about Grace Randolph. Fuck her.
Yeah, no. Well, it's one of those things where this is my opinion. That kind of mentality that they shouldn't rehire him just because of the whole social stigma and everything that he's done in his past and blah 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 blah. Disney is under a complete firestorm right now. It's not just with Marvel and with James Gunn. The whole stuff that they're running into with Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy, that's a whole mess right now too. So Disney, while I understand if they decide not to rehire him, it's one of those situations where I can understand why they wouldn't, but I think they should rehire him. And I mean, especially after all the support that he's getting, not just from his fans, but also the people who have worked with him since the first Guardians film. You look at Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista particularly just coming out.
Dude, he's like, dude, I'm telling you, I don't think he'll come back. But that's the thing. I actually do still think they're going to use a script. I still think they're going to use James Gunn's script. I'd be surprised if they don't at all. Because reality is, no matter what, he has to get credit for this film. He has to. So for me, it's like, why are you just going to throw away a script someone just worked with? That's probably really good.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, it's a sticky situation. It really, really is. And you're right. I think Disney is probably going to cut their losses with Bautista and send him on his way. But it's one of those things where I think they shouldn't.
Here's my thing. I want them to rehire him 100%. I think Disney pulled the trigger way too fast on it, and I get it. There are people who are either like, well, his jokes are disgusting. His jokes are fucking disgusting. Not gonna lie though, I will say one of them was actually funny. The Giving Train one I thought was funny. I'm just saying it was funny for me. It's something you say in private. You don't say it with at all. But other than that, all of his other tweets were fucking disgusting. All the pedophile jokes, you don't need that. They're not funny. I mean, maybe to a certain small group of people they are funny, but for me, they weren't funny. I looked at them. I'm like, is this really James Gunn or is this Photoshop? And that's where I kind of get to this, is that the whole thing is that I want him rehired. I think he deserves it. He is a changed guy from what I can see on screen. You know, going from Guardians of the Galaxy to his older stuff, Slither and Super, you can totally tell that his humor is completely changed. And I do think Disney pulled the trigger too hard. I think this is something where Disney now faces the issue. Well, if we do rehire him, then people can act out now, and you know what I mean? People will just expect that we rehire him. So Disney's in such a predicament now that it's hard.
It is.
And for me, it comes down to the point where we'll get into, if he doesn't get rehired, which I think it's very unlikely. I mean, I don't want to say that, but it's very unlikely. I still think they'll use the same script. I think they might change some things throughout it, but I think there are a couple good directors that could take place. Not Taika fucking Waititi. And sorry, Cody, if you pick Taika, but I don't see Taika coming in to do this. And to be honest, I don't want Taika doing it. I don't want Taika doing it at all. I like Thor Ragnarok. I think it's a ton of fun. Yes, his tone would mix perfectly in the Guardians, But I don't want that, because for me, Taika's tone wouldn't fit the tone of the first Guardians of the Galaxy, which that's the tone I want them to come back with. But again, I don't see them doing it, and
No.
I get it. So I want us to start on Disney's perspective. Reasons for Disney not wanting to rehire him. And Disney's reasons for hiring him. One we've already brought up is Fox Studio. They're trying to buy them. They have a bunch of businesses. They want to work with other studios. They can't risk that, because some studios might be looking at this and being like, oh, well, you're going to rehire this man. Or other actors could say, hey, I could go smoke a bunch of meth and go on set and fucking kill someone and end up tweeting it out and be fine. You know, it's kind of the Roseanne thing. Roseanne got fired, so people, if you rehire James Gunn, given hers were current, but you know there would be that right wing, left wing type political shit that comes in, and they're like, oh, well, she should be rehired, blah blah blah. And again, that puts pressure on Disney, and Disney doesn't need pressure. But also, Disney's a big corporation. They're not going to take this shit. They're not gonna they're not gonna listen to fan petitions. I'm sorry. And given their cast and crew, like, yeah, they did that whole thing, and I thought that was so sweet that the whole cast, including Bradley Cooper, who's not even really on set with them, to post that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that was really strong. Will it do anything? No, not at all.
No.
But I think that people need to remember is that actors are just workers to a
studios.
So
they are.
What are your thoughts on Disney? Like, anything else I should add into there?
I mean, I see their whole situation with this whole political firestorm. And I mean, it could be, it's not exactly like, but I find there are some similarities when it comes to the, not Charlize Theron. Oh, who's the girl in Kill Bill? What's her face?
Uma Thurman.
Yeah, it seems like a similar situation with Uma Thurman and Quentin Tarantino, to where he put her in extreme danger and all that other stuff, and he came back and apologized, and everybody got over it because he's a phenomenal director and he does good work. But when it comes to this, I can certainly see, even though it's similar, why Disney would not rehire James Gunn, because although fan petitions and actors are in talking how they should rehire James Gunn, and although you and I think they should rehire James Gunn, right now they've got so many balls in the air. Like, they've got, besides figuring out what they're going to do with Fox, other studios could start to question Disney. And then, of course, Disney has the rest of Marvel to juggle and their business decisions and situations over there. And plus, they've got to figure out what they're going to be doing with Lucasfilm and Star Wars, because they've gotten Disney, not so much, but Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm, all of them tied into Disney are in a big firestorm of their own. So Disney's
going to Star Wars real fast. Kathleen Kennedy will not get fired. Guarantee it. Depending on episode 9. Depending on how episode 9 does. They're going to wait for episode 9.
Yeah. But, you know, it's just Disney has so many balls in the air right now. And right now, they're in between a rock and a hard place. It's like they're juggling a bunch of balls and somebody just poured gasoline on the balls and now they're on fire, and Disney still has to juggle those balls in the air and make sure none of them hit the ground. It's just an unbelievably difficult situation for them, but no. So it's like you said already, I can't personally understand because I don't work there, but it's an understandable situation why they wouldn't hire James Gunn back, even though we would like them to. They're business owners. They've got a lot of businesses to make, so their business and studio will succeed over the course of time. So even though we won't get James Gunn back, I can see exactly why they're doing what they're doing. It's a very sad day, though.
Oh yeah, 100%. It is a very sad day. And now, going to the James Gunn debate, though, is why should he be rehired? I mean, he is a changed man now, and all these people are coming to bat for him. All these different actors, all these different directors, everyone, literally everyone. There's not one actor or director that I've seen who is like, no, that he shouldn't be rehired. Everyone is petitioning for him to come back. And that's what's huge on me, is that it's great to see the support. And this is something that everyone needs to know. James Gunn's not screwed in Hollywood. This guy will still get work. This guy will still make movies. This guy will still direct by the end of the day. And I'm going to say this right now. Warner Brothers, you're fucking stupid if you're not looking at him right now. You are stupid if you are not looking at him for one of your projects. I don't just mean DC films. I just mean films in general. Because I think this guy could pop in and do something in the Godzilla universe. I think this guy could pop in and do something within the Predator universe.
He could make a really interesting original horror film.
He could, and that's what apparently was at San Diego Comic-Con this year that he had to drop out and without doing. But I think he has these ideas where he could come in. Now, if he was to do DC, just putting it out there, Green Lantern, I think he'd be the perfect person to do Green Lantern Corps. And again, I guarantee Warner Brothers is like, we can easily spin this around because it's all business. It's all business. And that's something I think a lot of people forget about within the studio structure is that they don't love movies. They love money. If a movie won't make money, they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. I mean, A24 is even a business too. And yes, they make tons of great indie films.
I mean, they're at the...
You really think they don't make the indie films. They buy the indie films that they know are going to be good and that they can sell.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you look at A24, it's, as far as indie films are concerned, it's the top of the line. It's producing who knows how many films every single year. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, these are businesses. They have CEOs, they have business structures, they want to make money. Do they want to produce good films? Yes, of course they do. But at the end of the day, it's because it will help their profits boost. And if they can make their customers happy, that's even more of a boost because their customers will come back. They will pay them even more money for the stuff that they're getting. And we could go into a whole topic about the merchandising and all this stuff when it comes to the studios, but that's what it comes down to. Although we love movies and we love getting into and learning about the film industry and all this other stuff, what it comes down to is it is a business. There is competition between everybody. And Warner Brothers needs to pick up James Gunn. Like,
I think any studio would be lucky as hell to have him on.
They would.
Any studio would be, and a studio will pick him up eventually. You know, that's just the truth. A studio will eventually pick him up. And like I said, he is not run out of this town. This guy is going to be working till he dies. That's just the truth.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at how much support he's gotten from everybody. The amount of support that James Gunn has received is just proof that he's going to continue to get work.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, I can't wait to see what his next project is, because I really do like Guardians. I love his style. I love Slither. I even enjoyed Super for the most part. And that's where I'm kind of like, it sucks. It sucks being in the situation. I can't imagine what the actors are going through. We see Dave Bautista blasting out, which, just saying, like, we've already mentioned this, but I get why he's mad. I get why Dave Bautista's mad. He won't be coming back, though. I mean, he just won't be. It's too
much of a risk.
It's a risk and trouble. Again, it goes to the kind of thing where if you let him continue, so that's just saying a statement that everyone can do it. I'm shocked that he's not fired yet. I'm just saying, like, that's worse than anything else. And I love Dave Bautista. I don't want him gone.
Yeah. But at the end of I mean, as a business decision, if I was on top of Disney, but I can also understand them business-wise, what they're doing right now is because right now, you know that they're finding the safest and the most easily legal way to deal with this situation. Because if they just let him go up front, that would be a bigger firestorm than what we're dealing with right now. But the fact
that's my thing. I mean, if you fire him, can you fucking imagine? People will be like, oh, so you're just gonna keep firing the Guardians cast?
Yeah, I mean, you just look at the situation with Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They don't want a repeat situation of what happened with the Han Solo movie. That's besides the point. But I mean, it's like this. It's like having a worker for your company that blasts out. He goes to every local newspaper. He goes everywhere and tells everybody how horrible your company is as a whole. Even in that situation, you can't just up and fire them because there's literally too many legal issues to deal with. And as I've stated already, I can't pretend to know how many legal issues there are because I don't work for the company. But with all these situations, everybody is in a firestorm about all of this. Yes, we are all angry and frustrated, and we find this difficult to deal with. But the fact of the matter is, them being a business and them being in the situation they're in, I feel so bad for Disney right now.
Well, yeah, it's just a tough situation overall for everyone because you look at the cast, they're upset. Like, and I would be too. I mean, it makes total sense. Why is this happening to him, man? And I get it. I get it. The guy made shitty fucking jokes in the past. 100%, 100% made shitty jokes. No one's defending his jokes.
No, nobody
No
is.
one's defending his jokes.
But they were made over a decade ago, and he's already apologized for it. When
that's still the thing that impresses is like, and then Disney comes out and said we didn't know about those jokes. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's
You
not
didn't know.
Everybody knew about them. I mean, even James Gunn himself. I'm pretty sure even before the first Guardians movie came out, maybe it was shortly beforehand, he had already apologized for it and said that he knows how messed up those comments were. He's came out and apologized for it on numerous occasions. And it looks like that doesn't really matter anymore. It still came back to bite him in the butt because people are spiteful and people are hateful. That's just the way things are today.
It was the guy who unburied it. I'm not even gonna go into that because it's just bullshit. But the guy who unburied it is not the best man in the world either. So I mean, that's something for people to look into. That's not like none of my business because I'm not like really versed in that. But I mean, it's just for me, James Gunn is someone who I think is. I've never met the guy personally, but every interview I see with him, it looks like a great guy. And from everything I hear, he's a great guy, and he really has changed. And it just sucks. It just sucks overall. And like again, he'll get work, but I think this is where it kind of gets into our next topic, where you and me both want him to get rehired, but we know it won't happen.
Yeah.
So if me and Cody decided to pick out two directors that each two for him, two for me, that we do think that could fill his spot and continue the Guardians franchise to end the trilogy on the way he wrote it. Which again, if they don't use the script, I don't even know if I'll care to see the film. To be honest, I don't even know if I'll care at that point because it's his story. He's known where he's want these characters to go, and that's where I want them to finish that. So, Cody, before we get going forward, do you have any honorable mention directors?
Honorable mentions. Not particularly, or I couldn't think of any at the moment. But
okay, all right.
But if you do, go right ahead, Zach.
I'm gonna wait till after yours because I don't know if we have the same ones because usually we end up fucking having the same director. So I'm just waiting because two of mine are out of left field, and I just knowing how we think one of us probably. I'll be surprised if you didn't pick one of the ones I have. But Cody, I'm gonna let you start with your first one, then I'll give my first one.
Okay, well, number one for me, the first one that came on for me was Drew Goddard, the director of Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, that's a good choice. I never even thought of that one.
You know, just him as a director, the way he's so self-aware, and the way that I understand that a good portion of the script for Cabin in the Woods was Joss Whedon, but the way Drew Goddard directs, the way that he puts together comedy, the way he puts together scenes, and the whole, just stating Cabin in the Woods was great. And you look at Bad Times at the El Royale, that was
amazing. You forgot about
the film. I did forget about it. I did. But I mean, Bad Times at the El Royale even looks like it has some of the same tones as Guardians of the Galaxy. That, Guardians of the Galaxy, they're great movies, but they're also a little strange. And I feel like having a great movie that's a little strange and also very self-aware, that is something that I feel Drew Goddard can capture extremely well. And there are some tones that in Cabin in the Woods that felt very similar to what James Gunn has done. So Drew Goddard for me is my first choice. I think he would be a great pick to take over Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. He would be a really good choice. I never even thought of that. And I think his weird tone would fit perfectly in. But I guess that's where I kind of get to mine. My first choice is Kevin Smith. I think if Kevin's no, seriously, if Kevin Smith,
I know.
He is, I don't want to say he's the best director, but I think he's one of the best to take the spot because he doesn't have James Gunn's stamp and style, but he does carry that weird tone again. And I think every film you've ever watched of his, it has that weird tone. I love the guy as a director. I think he's a really funny guy. I think he's a nerd and geek like us. I don't think he'll take it just because he's with us in that nerd culture, and I'm pretty sure he's probably on James Gunn's side. But that's where I'm kind of like, I think this guy deserves a big directing credit. I think if you have him working with a studio, I think the guy can do it. And yeah, so Cody, what's your next choice?
My next choice, actually, this was a little bit, it's more of a well-known name, but I still think that he would be able to take care of it, and that is Brad Bird.
Okay. So it looks like we didn't have any of the same choices.
Well, that's a first, but that's okay.
When I say mine, you're gonna be like, I should have picked that one.
Yeah, no, I'm probably going to feel like an idiot and do what I've done on like the top 10 list and be like, you know what, Brad Bird's out, he's in. But no, Brad Bird as a director, first of all, if there's a director who knows how to make things look very, very technically beautiful and knows how to make scenes fun and knows how to make his actors have fun, Brad Bird is definitely it. And the tone that Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm not sure if Brad Bird could capture, but I'm sure he could learn, because as with every other project that Brad Bird has done so far, he's great. A lot of the films he's done, although, like I said, I am a little iffy with this particular choice because Brad Bird, I feel, realms better when it comes to the world of spy and espionage and a mixture of that with superheroes like he did with The Incredibles or like he did with Mission Impossible. But that's my choice. So, Zach, make me feel like an idiot. What's your choice?
Susan Fogel.
Oh, good gosh, friggin' dang it.
Now, I'll be honest. I know it's not the best film in the world, but I think her direction works. I think her direction is the big standout of that film. And I think with a better made script, I think she would have had an excellent film on her hands.
Yeah.
I think she balances a great tone between action and comedy, more side the action side, even though that film is a better spy film than anything else. I think her comedic chops in there, the things that she got out of Kate McKinnon, with being able to hold her to a certain extent where she's not going overboard, but perfectly in that weird sense, fits a Guardians of the Galaxy, fits that love. And I'm just being honest here. I think she would be in. I think she would engross that. I think. If you're going to switch someone out, if you're going to spin the situation, the best way is to put a female director in there. I want more female directors getting these big gigs, and I think she would be, if out of any other female director out there, I think she is the one that I could see perfectly fitting into place to mix the comedy, the humor, the weirdness, the wackiness, and the action vibes all together for one. Plus, I got to be honest, I think if she made the action for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I think it'd be top notch. You got to be honest there. It'd be top notch in that aspect. And
yeah,
and that's where I think I'm not saying I don't think she'll be able to fill James Gunn's shoes completely. Not saying she's not like a top notch director, but the reason is because James Gunn was supposed to further the cosmic universe of the MCU. And who knows where that's going to go now? He had plans for Sylvester Stallone's character. He had plans for all these other characters. Who knows where they go in that department now? But I do think that she can fill the shoes for this film. And I think out of all the choices, I think she's one of the best. And I think Marvel would be dumb to not even look for her.
You know what? What exactly I said was going to happen? It did happen, and I feel like such a schmuck. Brad Bird is out. Susanna,
but I'm just being. I mean, it's an out of left field choice. I mean, I didn't expect
it. Is. Yeah, no. I completely understand it. If I would have thought about it, I would have had Susanna Fogel. Sorry about calling you Fogly if you're listening, but
I'm so bad at her name. I'm so bad at names in general.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. The fact of what she was able to do with The Spy Who Dumped Me, was the film very guilty pleasure-esque? Yes. However, I do feel as though if she took over the Guardians of the Galaxy film, she would be able to capture that same tone with the comedy and do fantastically with the action when it came to the Guardians. And plus, even though James Gunn was going to explore the cosmic universe, I feel as though she could still do that as well. It's just giving her the chance to push forward and to move forward with her career and allow her this opportunity. Because I feel if they give her the chance, and I feel Disney should give her the chance after what she was able to accomplish with The Spy Who Dumped Me, I think they should give her a chance to actually direct Guardians 3, because you're right. What she was able to do with The Spy Who Dumped Me wasn't the greatest film in the world. Absolutely not. But she definitely made a statement for herself, for sure.
Yeah, and then to be honest though, I think if any director will take it, not gonna lie, I think it'll end up being Peyton Reed.
Yeah, me too.
It just depends if they want to push back the film. If they don't push back the film, it'll end up being if they feel like I don't know. I look at that and I think to myself, and I do think that Peyton Reed is the most obvious choice. He filled in for Edgar Wright. He was supposed to direct the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and now you have this. And yeah, I think if you're gonna pop anyone in, he's not doing anything right now.
Yeah, no, Peyton Reed is probably going to be the obvious choice, especially since we don't know if we're getting another Ant-Man film. That's still up in the air.
That's more disappointing to me than anything. I will be mad if we don't get a third one. I think we deserve at least a third one.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. I think we do deserve a third Ant-Man film. However, if they make Ant-Man more of a supporting role in, let's say that he's in every other Marvel film and he doesn't have his own solo film, honestly, I'd be okay with that, even if he doesn't get his own film, because apparently he's supposed to have a very prominent role in Avengers 4, or at least I hope he does. But you're absolutely right. I'm pretty sure that Peyton Reed is going to be the one to take over. Yeah. I mean, it makes the most sense, especially since they've already got him.
Now, I did type in on Google. I wanted to see what other people were saying. I found an article talking about what directors they should take in. So I'm going to read some off to you, and I want to get your reaction, okay?
Okay.
John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein from Game Night. I know they're doing the Flash film, but I'm just saying,
dude, that's a great choice.
Yeah, Phil Lord and Chris Miller on here. It won't happen. I don't think they'll work with Disney, but I do think that would be a good choice.
Yeah, that's a good choice, but
another female director, Lucia and Yellow. I don't know if you know who she does. Broad City, and she did Rough Night last year. I liked Rough Night, but I think that tone mixed perfectly.
I thought Rough Night was okay, but yeah, I same thing as I say with Susanna Fogel. Although she hasn't done anything like this before, or if she was given the shot, I'm sure she would do great work.
Last one, I can't say his name. Leigh Whannell from Upgrade.
Leigh Whannell? Okay.
Yeah. I think his tone would mix too. I think he'd be a good choice as well.
I think he would too. Although I will say with Leigh Whannell, I want him to direct a Mortal Kombat movie more than anything.
No, I'm still sitting there. Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil movie. I think both of those he would kick ass in.
How about this? How about him and James Gunn team up? James Gunn produces a Mortal Kombat movie and he directs. James Gunn directs the Resident Evil movie, and Leigh Whannell directs the action of the movie and produces it.
See, I'm down for that. I'm real down for that. But I think with that said, going over our statements, I would love to see James Gunn come back in. I don't see it happening. I support the guy. I cannot wait to see what the guy does next. I hope a fantastic director gets on board if they do decide to go into that route. And I hope they go in a different route. I hope in Disney and Marvel say, hey, we're going to go in a different route this time. We're going to get Suzanne Fogel. We're going to get Kevin Smith. We're going to get a different woman director. We're going to get Lucia. We're not just going to go with the same people who are in our boat. And I mean, if they do, then whatever. I still want to see the film. I just hope they still use his script. Do you have any final words?
Honestly, nothing that I haven't already said before. It's a big shame. I can understand where Disney's coming from, but it is a shame for the fans and the people who've worked with him before. But in my heart of hearts, I understand why Disney's what they're doing. It's a business decision. It's going to be done. And I just hope whoever they get to take over the Guardians franchise, I am just praying that they keep in line with the legacy that James Gunn left behind.
And I think that is perfectly where we should end this podcast. I know it's a little bit shorter than usual, guys, but the reason we wanted to do this, we wanted to bring up this discussion. This is something that's happening in the world of film and Hollywood and everything. and we wanted to bring it up. We didn't want to throw in different things in here and there, like arguing why dinosaurs should have sex in this and whatnot, because that's something we would do. And we're not, this is a serious topic. This is a serious topic.
It is.
And I want to get everyone else's feedback on this. So tell us, guys, down below, what are your guys' thoughts on the James Gunn debate? Seriously, let's talk about this. Like, if you don't think he should be rehired at all and you think he's a scumbag, let's talk about it. I want to hear your guys' thoughts very nicely in the comments. Very nicely in the comments. If you're a fucking troll, I'm getting you rid of.
Please don't be dicks, everybody.
I think this is a debate that can be had in a very nice manner. I get both sides of the subject. I get people who don't want him back on. I totally get your understandings. Like, those jokes are disgusting, and I get the people who want him back on, because that's kind of where my thoughts are.
I mean, heck, we don't even need to have a debate in the comments section. Let's just have a conversation about this, like civilized people. Well, understandably, there are trolls and there are people who like to argue for the sake of arguing. But honestly, when it comes to situations like this, we just need to talk about it. I mean, if Zach's right, if you're on the side of saying Disney made the right decision, James Gunn is an absolute scumbag, he should not be hired, he should not get another job in Hollywood, I can understand where you're coming from, because those comments were absolutely disgusting. Am I on the side of saying they should let it go and forgive James Gunn because he's already come out?
Let it go.
Yes.
Let it go. But Disney, you're a fucking hypocrite for putting this song in your movie. But you fired a man because you couldn't let it go.
Oh, wait. You just wait till Frozen 2050 when we're all...
I'm joking. I'm just giving this shit. You opened it up and I had to sing it.
Yeah, of course it did. But guys, that's the point here. It's about conversation and building relationships. We're not here to tear each other down.
No, and that's why me and Cody want to have this. Obviously, me and him are kind of in the same debate as this, but I do get the whole debate and the debacle on this. If you don't think he should be, and again, if you don't think he should be, or you don't think he'll get reinstated, or maybe you do think he'll get reinstated, I want to hear all your thoughts down below. This is going to be an interesting conversation. I also want to hear, what director do you think they should choose? If they have to pick a new one. I know some people are saying just reboot the whole franchise. I'm like, no. Like, why? Don't reboot it. Especially coming after Infinity War. Damn. Hell no. Don't do that shit. I gotta see how this goes in.
Although it was Star-Lord's fault that the universe
Shut the fuck up. I'm not even joking. I will fucking debate across all fucking things. If anyone ever says fuck you, Star-Lord, for that, no. Like, that's just bullshit. Honestly, like, that whole thing fucking makes me mad. Every time someone's like, it's Star-Lord's fault. You know what? It's all their fucking faults. It's everyone's fucking fault.
It is. It really is.
If you're gonna tell me when you find out your girlfriend died, you wouldn't freak out? I'm sorry. Fuck you. Apparently no one has hearts anymore. But again, that's where we're going to end this. So, Cody, where can they find you at, man?
All right, guys. So besides here talking with the Sweet Film Podcast with Zach, you guys can also find me with Zach hosting a little game show called Entertainment Wars, episode 2 to be coming out later this month. But if you want to talk to me personally, you can also find me here on YouTube. Just search Cody Curtis at the search bar on the top. It'll be the first name to pop up. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Stardust, which is a movie reactionary app. Just search Cody Curtis. You'll be able to find me on there as well.
Awesome. Guys, go hit his subscribe button. Go hit that like button. Go check out Entertainment Wars episode 1 if you haven't yet. Look out for episode 2. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. If you're watching this or listening to this wherever on iTunes or SoundCloud, please give us a rating. Please follow that page. And thank you guys so much. You guys are seriously all the best. If you guys want some more movie news, go check out Sandwich on Films as well, because over there you guys can get into, of course, advanced movie screens. Also check out that movie news and also movie reviews. But can't wait to talk with you guys. This is going to be a great discussion down below. Hopefully you guys comment. If not, thank you so much for listening. You're all the best. And until next time, stay classy. And, of course, have a sweet day.